Guys, I'm audible. Please do respond if I'm audible. And I hope you people are not able to see the video, right? If I'm not wrong, I hope you're not able to see the video. Are you able to see the video? Okay. What about now? I hope now you people are able to see the video, right? If I'm not wrong. Okay, great. Maybe if you're able to see the video now, that's fine. Okay. Shall I start with the class? Maybe if you could respond so that I can just start with the class. Okay. And what about session number 1 and 2? Okay, I think those who have missed session number 1 and 2, have you written the notes? Those who have attended the class, have you updated your notes? Please do respond. So I want a very quick response from your side. Okay, fine. Fine, then let me just start with the class. I would like to share the whiteboard. Hope that you people are able to see the whiteboard. Now, what I'll do, I'll just tell the name of the institute happens to be whatever you're learning, fine. It happens to be Study Online, and today happens to be the Python full stack. What is the day? Guys, please do respond. What is the day? Guys, if you're a fresher or if you're a student or if you're an experienced candidate, please do write the notes. Fine. If not, don't worry. Maybe I'll be giving a soft copy, but I would recommend you to write the notes. Okay. Cool. Then today happens to be the day 3. I think. Let me just start with the class. I would like to share you the screen. Okay. Cool. Let me just open the notes. Yep. Where is the notes here? Let me just quickly recap whatever I have taught in day 1 and day 2. Oh, I think what happened for this? We have to sign in, but I don't remember what will happen. Okay, guys, just give me 1 minute. I'll share you the whiteboard. So I'll just log in to that OneNote, and I'll just be back. Just give me 1 minute of time. Okay. To be frank, I don't remember the password of that. Yep. Sorry for this. Seriously, I was not expected that it got logged out from OneNote. Yep, I think now it's working fine. Okay, good that it got resolved. Plus, I think so many features were got displayed, right? I think, but it's not showing anything. It's okay, no issues. I think also the background color got changed, right? I think previously the background was white. I think now it has changed. I think we can change that. I think view or home. It's okay. Let's not worry too much about that. Are you able to see the notes? Yes, please do respond. Are you able to see the notes? So that without wasting any more time, let me just go ahead. Okay. If today is your day one, fine. If today is your day one, no need to worry at all. Because in the yesterday's class, I have just started off with the history of language, fine. And please tell me, when it comes to compiler, fine. What is the term that you have to remember? As I want you people to respond. Compiler will convert the high-level language into machine-level language in. Don't you think single shot? Single shot. Similarly, when it comes to interpreter, line by line, it will convert. Okay. Next, please tell me, is Python a compiled or interpreted programming language? What kind of language is Python? Is Python a compiled or interpreted? Don't you think Python is both compiled and interpreted, which is nothing but hybrid programming language? Next, if you compare C and Python, which one is fast? If you compare C and Python, which one is fast? C. Why? You know the answer. Fine. That's what I have discussed technically. Later, I have just given the clarity. What is full stack? Fine. What course will I be covering? Everything I have just told. Now, what I'll do, I'll just create a new page. Let me just do one thing. Let me just tell. Today happens to be the day 3. In today's class, I'll be discussing so many topics. To be frank, I'll be discussing so many topics. Shall I start with the class? I think we have wasted almost 6 to 7 minutes. It's okay. Because it's the initial day, right? Is there anyone whose first day? So today is my first day, sir. Please do respond yes in the chat box. Guys, if that is the case, you'll be getting the recorded video. And many of them I'm seeing. Fine. Anyhow, this fellow will provide the recorded video. Let me not attend the live class. Guys, please don't have that kind of mindset. Why? Because only for demo class I'll be giving the recorded video. Later also I will give. I'm not saying no. But like in YouTube, I'll not be providing. We have a separate website for that. We have a separate mobile application for that. There you'll be getting access continuously. If you miss 3 days of live class, your account will be blocked. The recorded account, whatever that I'll be giving you, you have to contact me. That's the reason. Please do attend the live class. Guys, recorded is for the people who are missing the class because of some medical emergency, some family emergency, some personal emergency. Apart from that, try to attend the live class. Is that fine? Okay. Now, my first question will be, how many of them written day 1 and day 2 notes? Respond yes in the chat box. Guys, please be loyal to yourself. Please be prompt. If you haven't written the notes also, I'll not ask. If you have written the notes day 1, day 2, respond yes in the chat box. Let's see. Okay, I can see Sunil, Pratiksha. Okay. I can see, okay, almost some around some 50 plus, I guess, telling yes. Okay. I think some couple of people are telling no. Guys, why no? I hope you know the answer. Please make sure that you just write the notes. Okay, fine. Now, think and answer. When I'm asking the question, guys, one more thing I told you. How many of them are attending from laptop? If you're attending the class from laptop, respond L in the chat box. If you're attending from mobile phone, respond M in the chat box. If it is laptop, respond L. If it is mobile phone, respond M. Guys, if you have a laptop, then don't, what I can tell, keep that laptop just for the sake of puja and all. Fine. Please open that laptop, clean the dust. Fine. Attend the class from laptop. If you don't have laptop, then go ahead with mobile phone. Okay. Fine. No issues. Let me just start with the topic. Okay. I'll be asking this question. Let's see how many of them will tell the answer. The heading happens to be execution of a Python program. First of all, you got to know Python. Fine. That means what is Python? Maybe some basics is what you got to know. How to execute a Python program. Already you people would have seen one approach. What is the approach of executing a Python program? Guys, can I expect the answer from your side? What is the approach to execute a Python program? Already first approach you have seen. That is the reason I'm asking this question. First approach you have seen. What is the approach? Guys, please do respond. What is the first approach? As I want you people to respond. What is the first approach? Notepad. Guys, don't you think you have seen in the day 1 I have executed? That's the reason I'm asking. In the day 1 I have executed Python program. Where I have executed? Until you tell the answer, I will not be proceeding further. Try to remember. Try to remember. Guys, please try to remember day one where I have executed the code. Just try to recollect your knowledge. Maybe if you have not attended day one, that's fine. If you have attended day one, please tell me where I have executed the Python program. As I'm damn sure I have executed the Python program. I remember. That's the reason I'm asking. Don't you think I have executed in browser? That is using the online compiler I have executed. Will you agree with my point? Yes or no? Please do respond. Whatever the answer that you told is perfect. That means when it comes to day one, I have executed the Python code. I have executed the Python code in online editor. That means if somebody is asking the question in the interview, you can tell, yes, we can execute the Python code in online editor. Second one, by default, Python will provide you one environment to execute. What is that environment? If you ask me, the name of the environment happens to be IDLE. See here? Guys, could you people please tell me the environment name? I want you people to respond in the chat box. What is the environment name? Very good. First online editor you have seen. Guys, there are thousands of online editors wherein which you can execute the Python program. Second one, Python IDLE. Python IDLE. IDLE means integrated development learning environment. If you install Python, automatically they will give this IDLE. Where you can type the program, you can see the output. Is that clear? Online editors already you have seen, but nobody gonna use the online editor once you join the industry. Many of them might be using Python ideally to the extent whenever they are learning Python. But once they start their journey in Python, trust me, they have to stick on the IDEs that are available in the market. IDE means very simple, integrated development environment software like Sublime Text, PyCharm, Anaconda, Spider, Atom, Edit Plus, Notepad++, Notepad, like this, so many editors are there. But predominantly in the industry, they'll be using Visual Studio. Okay, very good. I think already people have heard about this. Okay, Visual Studio. Guys, like this, the list goes on fine. But majority of the people will be using Sublime Text, PyCharm, Visual Studio, Spider. Anaconda also they might be using, based upon what kind of project you'll be developing. Fine. All the editors in the class I will show, all the editors I'll be showing. Now, shall I start with the first one? Please do respond. Shall I start with the first one? I'll not do that. Why? Because already I have shown, yes or no, guys? In the day one itself, I have shown how to open the online editor, how to type a Python program and get the output. I have shown. Shall I start with the second one? If you want to understand the second one, you people should have installed Python in your laptop. You people should have installed Python in your laptop. That is the reason the next subheading happens to be installation of Python. Okay, sir, how to install Python, sir? Guys, when it comes to Python installation, it is pretty simple. It is not complicated as Java. I'm not saying Java is difficult, but installing Java in your laptop is complicated when compared to Python is what I'm saying. Okay, now you have to go for the official website of Python. Now, can I expect everyone to type the official website of Python? Guys, what is the official website of Python? Please type in the chat box. You can see here. What is the official website of Python? Very good. www.python.org. www.python.org. I'll copy this. I would like to go back to the browser. Just give me a minute. Where is that? Is the browser is displayed for everyone? Please do respond. Is the browser is displayed? Okay. Now, where you have to go, you have to just type whatever you have copied, right? www.python.org. Press enter. This is the official website of Python. Now only I'm telling. in this website itself, according to your operating system, you have to download the version of Python. Is that fine? Guys, right now I'm using Windows operating system. What is the operating system that I'm using? Please do respond. What is the operating system that I'm using in my laptop? Windows operating system. That is the reason automatically it will be there for Windows. Sir, I'm using Macintosh, sir, Apple. I'm using Macintosh, sir. Click on Macintosh. Sir, I'm using Unix, sir. That means Linux, whatever it may be, fine. You can just click on other platform. Then automatically you'll be having a link. Please click on this link for Windows. Click on this. That's hardly, it's a matter of 10 to 15 MB file, I guess. That's it. Not more than that. Is that fine? Okay, it's asking where to store. Desktop. I have created a folder called as Python full stack. Yes, I hope you people are able to see the complete window. Are you able to see the complete window? Yes. There, what I will do, all the software related to Python full stack will be there within softwares. Okay. Now what I'll do, within this particular softwares, I will install Python 64-bit minus 64-bit. That is the reason I am installing Python. Is that clear for everyone? Yes or no in the chat box? I want a very quick response from your side. Is that clear? Yes, please do respond. Is that clear? Once you install, guys, like a LKG kid I'm teaching, still if you're not able to understand, trust me, nobody can guide you. Once you install, double click on that, or just do one thing, just go for that particular path where you have installed the file. Okay, let me just go for that path. Okay, desktop, Python full stack, softwares, double click on this. That means just install that. Installation step is very simple. What is the step? You'll get to know. See here, already I have Python in my laptop. That is the reason. It's okay. Let me just do one thing. Let me just upgrade Python. Guys, what is the latest version of Python? Can someone tell me the version number? Just now I have downloaded. 3.11.3 is the latest version. Okay. Upgrade now. It is getting upgraded. Maybe in your laptop, it will show you install. If Python is not there, it will show you install. In my laptop, already Python was there. That's the reason it is showing upgrade. I think it will take around some 10 to 20 seconds, max to max, not more than that. Let's wait until that. Okay, meanwhile, without wasting time, let it be installed. I'll go back to the notes. Is that clear for everyone? Official website, you have to go downloads. Under downloads, click on the download button. That's it. Is that difficult or simple? You tell me. Is that difficult or simple? I want a very quick response from your side. Is that difficult or simple? 100% it is simple. If you feel difficult, then I would request you not to learn Python. If you feel like installing Python is difficult, now only I'm requesting you not to learn Python. Okay. Now, when it comes to versions of Python, when Python got introduced to the market, guys, can I expect the answer from your side? When Python got introduced to the market, when is the birthday of Python? Maybe according to you. When is the birthday of Python? Guys, don't you think 1991, February 20th is the birth date of Python? Initially, what they did, 1.0 they released in Jan 1994, 2.0 in 2000, like that, 2.1, 2.2, 2.3, 2.4, something. Maybe every couple of months they'll be giving the update. 3 version started from December 2008. As this is not an interview question, but please be aware. From December 2008, fine, today, fine, 3.0 version, that is 3.0 version, 3.x version. Now, in December 2022, it has 3.1.11. Now tell me, what is the version of Python currently? I think now it happens to be April 2023. What is the version, guys? 3.11.3. Very good. See, like this, maybe after 2 months, they might be giving some update. Once 3.11.12 will happen, again 3.12, 3.13. Maybe who knows, maybe in future 4.0 might come. Are you getting my point? I hope you people are able to understand. Yes or no in the chat box. Are you able to understand? Okay, let's see whether I think it's taking some time. It's okay. Let it get installed. Let it get installed. I'll tell you what has to be done after that. Next, observe properly. You got to know the versions of Python. Meanwhile, we'll not waste the time. Fine. As when it comes to Python, there are few flavors of Python. Okay, sir. What is the meaning of flavors of Python, sir? When it comes to flavors of Python, observe properly so that you'll be able to understand. Python can be embedded. This point I have given in the day one notes. Yes or no? As in the day one notes, if you observe, Features of Python. I have given Python is embedded. Yes or no? Those who are not able to recollect here, I have given here. I remember. See here 6th point. Embedded. Embedded means very simple. We can use Python along with some other programming language. That means if you combine C programming language and Python, that means Python can be used to work with C programming language. Yes, you can embed. Then that is called as C Python. Similarly, Python can be embedded with Java. Fine. For that, we'll call it as JPython or Jython. Is that fine? As I hope you are able to understand. Are you able to understand? Sir, how this embed all these things will happen? Later we'll see. Similarly, if you are embedding with C# or .NET, I run Python. Similarly, we can embed with Ruby programming language, then Ruby Python. And maybe if you're using Anaconda version of Python, then it is called as Anaconda Python, like this. Fine. And when it comes to accessing the large volume of data, they'll be using Anaconda, then it is called as Anaconda Python. This is the flavors of Python. And right now you got to know how to install Python. You got to know the versions of Python, and you people got to know the flavors of Python. Guys, like this, many flavors are there. The important flavors is what I have listed down. That's it. Is that clear for everyone? Yes or no? Please do respond. Is that clear? As I think today it's taking some time. I don't know why it's taking some time to get installed. I think it's getting updated, right? Oh, okay. I understood why it is taking some time. As previously in my laptop, some older version was there. Yes or no? Some old version was there. Using that old version, don't you think I might have developed plenty of projects in my laptop? I might have developed plenty of projects. Yes or no? Plenty. Trust me, plenty of projects is there in my laptop using Python. Don't you think it has to update from older version to new version to all the projects? That's the reason it might be taking some time. But trust me, for you people, hardly it takes around 10 to 20 seconds. That's it, not more than that. Is that clear, guys? Because if anything is happening, at least as a developer, as a technical person, you should be aware why it's happening. Simply should not tell. Guys, many of them will be telling like this. Sir, in your laptop, it will work. Fine. Yesterday it was working. Now it is not working. If you are such type of developer, then you'll not be called as a developer. Is that fine? As those things should not happen. Some reason should be there. Because that's a software, that's not a human being, right? If you join the class 10 minutes late, you'll be having the reason. But for software, there will be a proper thing that happened. That's the reason. Okay, let's see whether it got installed or not. Okay, guys, for me, now it has been successfully installed. It has been successfully installed. Now, how to check whether Python got installed or not? Anyone in the class? Yes, right now, Python got installed in my laptop. How to check Python got installed or not? Please do respond. Very good, my dear. Very good. Superb. Seriously appreciate. Fine. Guys, what you have to do, you have to go to command prompt. Do you know how to open command prompt? Please type Windows R, or else go to search bar. Just search command prompt. Go to search bar and just search command prompt. Open command prompt. Guys, if you don't know how to open command prompt, just observe. Here, what you have to do, if you ask me, because is the command prompt is displayed for everyone? Is the command prompt is displayed? Please type Python. Please type Python. Either in the capital letter or small letter, it doesn't matter. Please type Python, press enter. Don't you think it is showing the version of Python that has been installed in my laptop? Yes or no? Now, if I tell print, let's print our institution name, study online. Don't you think I got the output? Yes or no? Similarly, let's check print, Sandesh, HS. Don't you think I got the output? Similarly, you can either type Python, or if you tell py, also it will display the same thing. Is that clear? Guys, please do respond. Go to command prompt, type Python, just check Python version is displayed and where you will be able to type the code or not. Okay. Okay, you can just paste it. Yeah, I'm getting the output. Shall I proceed further? As I hope you got to know after installing Python how to check. Now, hook or cook. Can I expect everyone to install Python today itself in your laptop? Can I expect everyone to install Python? Guys, after installing Python, what to do? To check whether Python is installed or not, follow the below procedure. If you're not able to install, I hope you have my WhatsApp number. Guys, do you have my WhatsApp number? I hope everybody are having my WhatsApp number, right? If you are facing any issues, please do ping me in WhatsApp saying that, sir, we are facing this issue. 100% I'll resolve all your issue. As I want you to respond. I don't know why many people will not respond. That's the reason I told you to log in from laptop, where you can just open the chat box and type yes or no. From mobile phone, I know it's very difficult to come back to chat and type. Okay, see here, command prompt. Directly you can just tell Windows R, then command prompt will be opened. Or else maybe from Windows also you can just do it. How? You just press Windows R, CMD, command prompt will be opened. Once the command prompt is open, just type Python or py, so that you'll be able to see whether Python is installed or not. Is that clear? Shall I proceed further? As today you have learned, that means today means now you have learned execution of Python can happen using online editors. Python ideally, I'll show you. Sublime Text, I'll show you in today's class itself. Now, if I want to show you Python ideally, don't you think Python should be installed? That's the reason I have shown how to install Python, and I have just written the versions of Python, flavors of Python. Now, shall I start with the first one, ideally approach? Shall I start with the first one, ideally approach? Sublime Text also I'll show it to you, don't worry. But as of now, shall I start with the ideally approach? Yes, if you could respond, yes, I can proceed. Okay, in order to explain ideally approach, I will take up one topic. Fine, simply showing that ideally it doesn't serve the purpose. Fine, I'll just take one topic. Using the topic, I'll just show it to you. Will that be fine? As please do respond. I'll just take up topic so that I can just explain that. The topic name happens to be Python can be executed in two ways. That means there are two modes of Python. Okay, sir, which are those two modes of Python, sir? Could you people read whatever I have written and tell me how many modes of Pythons are there? As just now I have told, just now I have written. How many modes are there when it comes to execution of a Python program? Very good, very good. Don't you think there are two modes? There are two modes. First one, script mode. Second one, interactive mode. First one, script mode. Second one, interactive mode. Already you have seen one version. Interactive mode you have seen. Sir, when we have seen, sir, don't worry, I'll tell you when you have seen. Just a couple of minutes back you have seen. Now, shall I execute the script mode now? Later I'll execute interactive mode. Shall I execute script mode? Are you people ready to see the first Python program using ideally? If you could respond, I can just start explaining that. Okay, great. Let's come back to the first one that happens to be script mode. Now, if you want to understand script mode, what is script? You tell me. Okay, let's ask the question like this. What is cinema script? As I hope many of the heroes will be telling script has given to me. Some directors will not give the script. Like that, they'll be telling, right? Please tell me what do you mean by script? Yes, please do respond. What do you mean by script? That means it's a predefined data. It's a predefined data if I'm not wrong. Yes or no? It will be recorded in a sheet of paper or somewhere else. For that only we'll call it as a script, right? Yes or no? Like that, we have to write down a Python within a script. How, sir? How, if you ask me, I'll just open the folder. Within this folder, what I will do, I will tell. As from now onwards, if there is any program that will be typed, as on my desktop, I have created a folder called as Python full stack. I have created a folder called as programs. Inside that, I'll start writing the programs that will come under Python. Is that fine? That too, what I will do, I will create, or else let me just do one thing. What is the day, guys? Today happens to be the day 3, if I'm not wrong. I have created a folder called as day 3. Inside this, I'll create a file. Will that be fine for everyone? Yes or no? As I want you to respond. Will that be fine for everyone? Now, what I will do, I will open ideally and I'll save the file here. Sir, how, sir? I'll go back to ideally. Using this ideally, you only observe. Guys, if you type ideally, don't you think it is displayed Python ideally? Yes or no? Let me just open that 3.11. Let me just open that. It's getting open. Are you able to see that? Because everyone in front of you itself I'm doing. I'm not hiding something and I'm not doing. Everyone in front of you itself I'm doing. What you have to do, click on file. Sir, again, we should learn all these things. Sir, don't worry, video will be given. As well as steps also, right? Click on file, new file, open a new file. A new file will be opened. Before you start typing anything, save the file, Control S. File, save, Control S. Save the file. I want to save this file within desktop, Python full stack, programs day 3. The name of the file will be demo. Already it has taken Python file. That is the reason you need not to provide .py. If it is there in all text, if it is there in all files, then don't you think you have to type .py? Will you agree with my point? Yes or no? Yes, will you agree with my point? If it is all files, you have to type .py. Guys, again, please don't ask the silly doubts as an engineer. No, I'm telling, don't ask the silly doubt as an engineer. Come up with some solid doubts where I will enjoy your doubts. Fine. Don't come up with the silly doubts. If it is there in all files, type .py. If it is already in Python files, don't type .py. Automatically it will take. I'll save. Now I'll just go back to the folder. Don't you think just now a brand new file got saved? A brand new file got created called as demo.py. Yes or no in the chat box? I hope you people are able to observe. Yes or no? Please be very quick in responding, as I want you to respond. If you're not responding, then trust me, I'll not be getting the josh to continue. Trust me. Okay. Now I will type few things. Sir, what things you'll type, sir? First, I will type print function. Within this print function, what I'll just tell study online. Fine. Welcome to Python full stack course. Next, just for your reference, I have just did some mathematical operation like print 300 plus 200. What is the output? 300 minus 200. What is the output? Don't you think these two things will be printed as it is? What is 300 plus 200? Let's please respond. What is 300 plus 200? 500. What is 300 minus 200? 100. I want this output. If you want the output, again save. Click on options. That's no one I'm telling. Step by step I'm explaining. Listen. Click on run module. What is the shortcut for running the module? Could you people respond in the chat box? What is the shortcut to run the module? Very good. F5. Click on this. Don't you think I got the output? How many of them are able to see? Yes, sir. We understood. How many of them? Okay. Very good. This is one way under script mode. This is one way of approaching. That means using the editor. I hope you people are able to understand. Now I'll close this. I'll just do one thing. I'll just copy this. I'll come back to the notes. Here, what I'll just tell demo.py. Under demo.py, I think small d is what I have given. Let it be small d itself. It doesn't matter. Whatever the name you want, I can give, but please give the proper name. This is the text that I have written. I'll just do one thing. I'll just tell 18 I will tell. Okay. Now, what is the steps that I have written? Guys, please tell me step number 1. What is the step number 1? Guys, if you tell, I'll write. That's it. Open IDLE. Next, second step. Click on file. Create a file. Create a new file. Third step. Save the file with .py extension. That means you should be aware that the file will be saved under .py extension. In my case, what I have done, I have just taken a dummy name called as demo.py. Till here, is there any doubt? Okay. Next, write Python logic. I have just written some 4 lines of logic. Later, execute the program by run. That means under run, by execute the program by run. That is under run. Don't you think there will be an option called as build? What is the shortcut? As I'm speaking only with respect to IDLE. F5 is a shortcut. Where next output will be displayed. Guys, from now onwards for output, I'll be writing like this. Will you be able to understand? I'll write the output like this. O bar P. That means output. Output will be displayed. This is one way. Using IDLE, this is one way. Fine. I'll just do one thing. I'll just tell using IDLE. using IDLE. You know what is the meaning of IDLE? Integrated Development Learning Environment. That's it. Next, one more way I will show you. Using Notepad. Sir, what, sir? Using Notepad, we can just execute the file, sir. 100% you can do it. Sir, please show it, sir. This step I'll not write it. Maybe if you want, I can just write it later. Okay. Guys, now shall I execute using Notepad? Notepad or Notepad++? Anything is fine. But don't use these things. Fine. Let's stick on to the editor. Let's be standard Python developer, not a dummy Python developer. Okay. Using Notepad, how? If you ask me, I'll just come back to the folder here. I'll create a new text file. I'll create a new text file. Sublime, I'll teach you. Guys, don't worry, I'll teach you. Guys, from scratch to the next level, I'll teach you. Is that fine? Guys, directly, is that possible for a batsman to hit century? You tell me. Is it possible to batsman to hit a century? No. Correct, right? 1, 2, 10, 20, 50, next 100. Wait, I'll teach you everything. Now, I will save the file. Whatever the name you want, you can give. Fine. I'll just give capital demo. That is capital D .py. Sir, will the clash will happen, sir? 100%. It won't happen. Why? Because first time it is small letter d, second time it is capital letter D. Is that clear for everyone? Yes or no? Yes, I want you to respond. Is that clear? I think it is taking the same name. Let's do one thing. I'll just give test. I will give testo.py. I think it's taking the okay testo.py. Okay, I have saved. I'll just open testo.py. Within this test.py, what I will do, I'll just tell you. Tell me what you want me to print. You tell me what you want me to print. Let's print. Python rank. Okay, what is the ranking of Python? Could you people please tell me what is the ranking of Python? First rank, beta. Okay, next. Guys, I really want to tell this for a few people. Fine. I don't know from which planet they'll come. Not for the students, I'm saying. I heard that in one of the college, fine, one training was happening and one fellow told, don't learn Python. Fine, you will not have a job opportunities. Why? Because everybody will be asking Java. If I tell you like that, do you believe? At least by seeing the statistical data, do you believe? Because you tell me, do you believe that? Because assume that I'm a hardcore Java developer. Fine. In my institute, there is no Python training that will be given. Assume that I don't have any Python training. If I tell don't learn Python, will you believe that? By seeing the what I can tell facts, 100% no, right? Guys, you know why it is a number one ranking, number one programming language. Fine. And just because, guys, you tell me in Bangalore itself, fine. Let's take okay. If you consider Bengaluru, fine. According to Naukri, how many job openings were there? For fresher, I'm speaking. As well as experienced candidate, there might be many, fine. Guys, just because from one platform called as Naukri, there is 17,000 job openings for a fresher. Then, if I take a cumulative, fine, Naukri, LinkedIn, Hirist, Indeed, all those things, if I take, as well as few companies will not go to this particular Naukri, LinkedIn. Directly, they'll recruit from their website, their career options, fine. Can I write minimum 50,000 of job openings will be there in Bangalore itself? I'm not exaggerating, fine. Trust me, I'm not exaggerating the things. Can I tell 50,000 jobs will be there? Because I'm damn sure the jobs are there, but a proper candidates are not getting ready. You ask the question for yourself. Till now, whatever the 40 hours of Python that you had learned in your college, if you feel that is the only ultimate Python, no. Fine. And many of the people, sir, I'm learning in Udemy, sir. I'm learning in Coursera, sir. Guys, you tell me, in Coursera or Udemy, if you consider Python, maximum 40 to 50 hours of content will be there, not more than 60 hours of content. Guys, don't you think there is a difference between 40 hours and 150 hours of content? Yes or no? Guys, one more thing I would recommend for everyone. If you're interested after the 6 demo class, you can join. I would never force somebody to join the course, but I would request somebody to attend the demo class so that they'll get some clarity. Fine. Guys, now you tell me, please think and answer. If you want to learn something, you have to learn from the person who is working on that then it will be more effective rather than a very good person who is having a very good communication skill or oratory skill or some double meaning jokes if he is doing in the class. Fine, student might be getting excited. But ultimately, if you learn that particular content from a person who is working, don't you think it will be even more effective? Yes or no? Yes, please do respond. It will be even more effective. Please do respond. Whatever I'm talking is correct or not. If you feel correct, just respond yes in the chat box. Okay, let me just do one thing. Let me just execute whether we'll get the output. Okay, if I save no issues, let me close. Sir, how you will execute, sir? For ideally, we have gone for run build. But how you will execute this test.py, sir? That is pretty simple. You please go to command prompt. Type cmd. As I hope the complete window is displayed for you. Is the complete window displayed? Yes, yes. Now what I'll do, I have to call Python file. Simply if you tell test.py come here, it will not come. Simply if you call demo.py come here, it will not come. Please tell me there will be a command to call Python. Because if you want to call Sandesh, I have a name. Correct, right? I have a name. You have to come to my address where I'm staying. For example, I'm staying in Bangalore. You have to come in Bangalore, you have to come to the place where I'm residing. Then if you call Sandesh, I might be, or you have to take your phone and you have to call, correct, right? Like that, simply if you tell test.py, it won't be executed. That means you have to go to the location where test.py is available. Will you agree with my point? Guys, please tell me whether it is correct or not. You have to go to the location where test.py is available. Now, shall I tell test.py is available within desktop? Test.py is available within Python full stack. Test.py is available within programs. Now, test.py is available. Yes or no? There is a file called as test.py. Sorry, that too inside day 3. Inside day 3 is available. Will you agree with my point? Yes or no? Test.py, demo.py. Just now, a fellow has created. I am also destroying. Now I have to call that file. How to call that file? I'm in the path. I'm in desktop Python full stack program day 3. Now I have to call that file. Simply if you tell test.py, you won't be getting the output. See, no, I didn't get the output. It will open the file. That's it. It will open the file, but I didn't get the output. I didn't get the output. So then how to get the output, sir? That means how to get the output means, I'll just do one thing. I'll just print maybe 100, or else let's do one thing. 10,000, or let's take 12,000 plus 2,000. Fine. What is the amount? 12,000 plus 2,000. What is the amount? So I want you to respond in the chat box. What is the amount? 14,000. Okay, 14,000. Now I'll just close this. Now, if I execute the file by calling Python, please go and execute a file called as test.py. Now Python will give us the output. Observe. Don't you think I got the output? How many of them are able to understand? Guys, I hope the text is visible. If you want, I can just maximize this text. Do you want me to maximize this text? Do you want me to maximize? No, right? I think this is just for today's class. Maybe next time onwards, I'll be using the proper editor. As I want you to have everything at the back of your mind. That's the reason. Maybe if you want, I can just execute what is there in that. Where it is there. Settings. Settings. Oh, okay. I think they have updated. I think I was using some other version of Windows. Where is this font appearance? Where is font? Yes, can you see font? Can someone see font here? Previously it was different. Now it's different. That's the reason. Can someone see font? I'm not able to say. I think plain text, that's fine. That's totally fine. I think appearance only it should show. Appearance, language, position, okay. There might be somewhere where we have to do our research. Yes, I got it. See here? Guys, that's it. Trust me, it will be there. You have to search. That's it. Is that fine? So let's do it 20. Save. Save. Okay. Okay, now let's close this. Okay, now is it visible, guys? For everyone, is it visible? Now don't tell me it is not visible. Fine. Now, either you can tell python.test.py or you can call Python using py. Then tell test.py. That's it. Press. I got the output. Is that clear for everyone? I want you to respond as early as possible. Okay, let's go back to the notes. Let's go back to the notes. In this notes, I'll paste the output, whatever we have seen. Similarly, when it comes to here, whatever the output that we got, that also I'll paste. Run module. Okay, this is the output that we got. Copy this, minimize, come back. This is the output that we got. Okay. Similarly, this initial couple of days, once you got adjusted, then trust me, it's not a very big deal to understand. But it will take some time, yes or no? As for everything, initially it will take some time in order to get adjusted. Later, once you got adjusted, then trust me, easily you'll be able to do it. Okay. Now within text.py, see here, I'll just do one thing. Where is that? Test.py. Fine, I'll just open test.py. Copy this, come back. I'll just tell test.py. Within test.py, this is the program that I have written, and this is what the output that I got. Fine. Now let me just do one thing. Let me just highlight this, and let me just increase the font size a bit. How many of them understood till here? Yes, sir. Completely understood, sir. There is no doubt, sir. How many of them? If that is the case, please do respond in the chat box. Guys, don't search in your laptop like C user Sandy desktop. Why? Because in your laptop it will be different. In my laptop it is different. Will you agree with my point? In your laptop it will be different path. In my laptop it is different. Okay, cool. Okay, do you want me to write the steps? Do you people want me to write the steps? Yes or no? If it is yes, I'll write it. What is there in that? Okay, yes, I'll write it. Okay, many of them are asking yes. Okay. Oh, I'll write. Guys, it's just a matter of 1 minute for me. Open Notepad. Create a file. That is open Notepad. Fine. Or else create a Notepad file or whatever. Click on a file, create a new file. Save the file with .py extension. That is test.py is what I have taken. Write Python logic. Execute the Python program by using command prompt. Is that fine? Command prompt. Okay. Is that clear for everyone? And in command prompt, you know what you have to do. What you have to do, guys? Please tell me what you have to do. Execute the Python program by using command prompt. That is by calling the commands, by calling the below mentioned command. So what is the command? Python space file name. Python space file name. File name with extension. File name with extension. File name with extension. That is Python space test.py or py space test.py. That's it. Is that clear for everyone? Guys, you can type capital P also. It will work. No, I'm telling you, it will work. 100% it will work. Is that fine? Python or py also I can tell. That's up to your wish. How many of them understood? Yes, sir. Understood, sir. Then output will be displayed. That's it. Okay, now shall I write one diagram for this? Shall I write one diagram for script mode? First of all, let me just give you the definition of script mode. Later, I'll write the diagram. Will that be fine? Will that be fine? Okay, observe properly. You please tell me whether it is correct or not. Whatever I have written, is that correct or not? If the Python code is being saved within, if the Python file is being saved within a file only we'll be calling it as a script with the extension .py. Later, if it is executed by PVM, then it is referred as script mode. Sir, you have mentioned this term, but you haven't explained, sir. Guys, don't you think automatically if you click on your file, PVM will take and it will execute? Yes or no? When it comes to ideally, if you want to execute via PVM, automatically it will happen in the background. But if you are executing via command prompt, don't you think you will call PVM by telling the commands called as Python or py? Yes or no? I hope now you got the clarity what is script mode. As how many of them understood what is script mode? I want you to respond in the chat box. How many of them understood? Okay, cool. Now I'll do one thing. I'll just do one thing. These are the examples for script mode, whatever I have taken. These are the examples. Fine. Shall I write one diagram so that you'll be getting some clarity? Shall I write one diagram? Yes, if you permit, so that I can just write the diagram. If not, just give me a minute. I'll just see where exactly the diagram is available. So that if that diagram is there, so that I can just copy paste the diagram. So give me a minute. I don't think the diagram is available here. Okay. I think at the last that is there. It's okay. Let me just write the diagram at the last. Let me write the diagram at the last so that it would be better for you to understand. Guys, now I'm telling I'll be writing the diagram at the last. For both script mode and interactive mode, I'll be writing the diagram at the last. Will that be fine? Shall I start explaining interactive mode? As if you respond, I'll start explaining interactive mode. Shall I start explaining interactive mode? Okay. Now, you might be having some confusion with respect to script mode. But out of 10, what is your level of understanding? What is script mode? And how to create a file? How to execute? Either it might be from IDLE, either it might be from Notepad, but never will use this in the industry. For your response, for your reference, as an initial step, I have explained. That's it. How many of them understood? Out of 10, can you give me the rating of your understanding? Not for the teaching of mine. I know my teaching level. Fine, trust me. I don't have overconfidence, never. I have confidence about me, which a human being should be having. Out of 10, what is your rating? What is your level of understanding? Oh, I can see 10 out of 10, majority of the people. Thank you so much. Now, when it comes to interactive mode, sir, what is interactive mode, sir? Already I told you, you have learned interactive mode. Sir, what, sir? When we have learned, sir? Can you just explain when we have learned interactive mode, if you ask me? Guys, don't you think if you execute a Python code, if you execute a Python program, Python logic directly via PVM using command prompt, that is only called as interactive mode. Yes or no? Please do observe. Have you executed like that? Yes, I want you people to respond in the chat box. Have you executed like that? Again, I'll tell you the point. Don't worry if you're not able to understand. 100% I'll make you to understand. If we execute Python program, in other words, the logic, whatever the logic that you're writing, it might be any logic, directly using PVM without saving anywhere via command prompt, then it is referred as interactive mode. That means, what is the command to call PVM? Python or Py? Python or Py? Shall I take the examples? Please do respond. Shall I take the examples? As now you tell me, I'll go to command prompt. Command prompt, I'll go CMD, will type anywhere. Fine. Why? Because in my laptop, Python is available. Fine. If I tell Python interactive mode got opened, will you agree with my point? Python interactive mode got opened. That means directly I'm interacting with the PVM without saving anywhere else, without having a script file. Now I will just tell you, please print. Study online. Fine. Gayatri, please do ping me in WhatsApp for the question, whatever I have asked. Maybe later I'll just tell the answer. Will that be fine? Because it's a non-technical doubt. Okay. Print study online. I got the output. Similarly, print. Please tell me. Okay, let's see how many of them will tell. 10 plus 20. What is the answer? 30. See how nicely we got output as 30. Sir, what, sir? Mathematics was only wrong, sir. Whatever we have learned from childhood. Yes, your mathematics knowledge is correct. But I have written this 10 within a string. I have written this 20 within a string. Purposefully, I have written. Fine. String, if you use plus between a string and string, concatenation will happen. That's the reason we got the output as 1010. Is that fine? Don't worry. Regarding all these things, I'll be explaining in the Python. If you want to see 30 as the output, here you go. Is that fine, guys? How many of them understood how to execute a Python using interactive mode? Either you type Python or Py. Both the things will work. Is that clear? I will copy this, come back to the notes, I will paste. How many of them understood this? Yes, sir, completely understood, sir. How many of them? Let's see the count. Guys, now only I'm telling, when you're executing, please don't expect in your laptop you to have C user Sandy. Fine, maybe whatever the name that you have given will be there. Fine. Okay, shall I display the diagram so that you'll get even more clarity with respect to interactive mode and script mode, whatever I have taught? Shall I display the diagram? Guys, many of them will not attend the demo class, feeling that it's a dummy content. Do you think a person without having the knowledge, whatever I have taught today, will he understand tomorrow's class? That means, will he understand? He might be understanding the content, whatever I'll be teaching, but will he understand how to install Python? What is script mode? What is interactive mode? Now, you ask the question for yourself. Like this, have you learned Python in your college? I want a genuine response from your side. Like this, have you learned? If it is yes, means I would appreciate. Guys, why? Because it doesn't mean that I don't know how to start with the program. Fine, it doesn't mean that I don't know. Fine, I'm a developer. Fine, I'm a Python full stack developer. But I know the mentality of a student. I know the pulse of student. That means I know how a topic has to be taught if somebody wants to understand. That's the reason from scratch I'm teaching. I hope you're able to understand. Okay, shall I proceed further? Yes, if you respond, I'll proceed further. Further, nothing is there. Let me just display the diagram. Whatever you have learned till now, I'll just display in the form of a diagram. Just give me 1 minute, guys. Just give me 1 minute. Can you just look at interactive mode so that I'll just drink some water? Will that be fine? Just give me 30 seconds of time. Because I have to speak if I open a diagram. That's the reason. Just give me 30 seconds. Meanwhile, you just read or just see. Okay, thank you so much. Fine, I'm back. Okay, I'll just display one diagram. Whatever you have learned till now, there is a script mode, interactive mode, blah, 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 fine. In the form of diagram I have written. Just tell me whether it is correct or not. Just tell me whether it is correct or not. Is that correct? Yes, please do respond. Is that correct? Whatever you have learned, is that correct? Sir, what, sir? Something you're showing, but we are not able to understand, sir. Don't worry. That's the reason Sandesh is there. Fine. I'll explain. Oh, sorry. Yep. Observe properly so that you'll be able to understand. I think many of them already understood. Because always the operating system will be having the line of control. Operating system, if you want to execute a file, assume that you have created a file called as demo.py. You can create using capital D, small d, it doesn't matter. I think in the diagram I have taken capital D, it doesn't matter. Assume that you have written some code. If you want to execute and see the output, first of all, the line of control should be given to this file. How to give the line of control in script mode, if you ask me, you have to call PVM. Fine. When it comes to IDLE, automatically PVM is being called if you tell F5. Will you agree with my point? You need not to tell Python space file name in the IDLE. Automatically it will be called. Will you agree with my point? Automatically it will be called. But if you create a text file, fine, then what you have to do, you have to call PVM. In order to call PVM and in order to give the control to this demo.py, you have to tell Python space file name or py space file name. That's what I did. And I got the output. Interactive mode, directly call the PVM. If you tell Python or py, automatically PVM will be activated. Type the code, see the output. Now tell me, how many of them understood script mode as well as interactive mode? Yes, sir, understood, sir. How many of them? I want a genuine response from your side. I want a very genuine response. Yes, are you facing any difficulty? Let me be very clear. Are you facing any difficulty? If that is the case, please do let me know. Don't hide. If you have anything, please do let me know. Don't hide. Don't hide anything. No, I'm telling you. Okay, great. Actually, now you have learned. First two things, yes or no in the chat box. First two things you have learned. How to execute using online editor, day one only I have taught. This one you have learned. These things I have to teach, yes or no? Okay, great. Guys, many of them, I don't know what kind of important work they are having apart from attending 1 hour of class. I don't know, guys, just come out of that particular zone. If you can't concentrate for 1 hour, what you can achieve in your life? Guys, at what time I started the class? Could you please tell me at what time I started the class? Let me be very clear. At what time I started the class? 9:15. 9:15 exactly. I have started on 9:16 or 9:20, whatever it may be. What is the time now? I think still 1 hour didn't happen. I think still another 2 to 3 minutes is there. Correct, right? Guys, if you don't have that concentration power for 1 hour, ask for yourself whether you will be working in a company for 8 to 10 hours in order to get a salary. Guys, right now your parents are working. Maybe if you're a student, I'm saying your parents are working, or you might be working, fine, and you're getting some amount, fine. But please have the concentration part. That's very important in a very individual life, fine. If you don't have concentration power, gone case. That's it. When it comes to ideally, fine. Tomorrow, I will start with the actual Python concept. As now I'm telling, let me just give you the clarity. In tomorrow's class, what I will be doing. In today's class, I have just taught execution, installation, versions, flavors, modes of Python, script mode, interactive mode, both the things I have shown. And with a beautiful diagram, I have concluded that. Fine. In in tomorrow's class, if you miss tomorrow's class, now only you just see what are the topics that I'll be discussing, so that you'll be getting some clarity. Okay. When it comes to tomorrow's class, first I will directly take up the concept. Using that concept, I'll teach you Sublime Text. Will that be fine? Yes, please do respond. Will that be fine? Directly I'll take up the concept. Okay, sir. What is the concept, sir? First, what I'll do, I'm planning to discuss features of Python in detail tomorrow, if possible. If not, let's not do it tomorrow. Let's start with the actual content of Python. I will be teaching reserved words or keywords that are there in Python. Totally, there are 33 reserved words or keywords that are there in Python. Will be for next day. Now I'm telling the content so that you'll have some clarity. After reserved words, I will be teaching you identifiers in Python. Guys, whenever you want to write something in Python, there are some rules and regulations. Whatever comes to your mind, you can't write. Yes or no? Yes, whatever comes to your mind, you can't write. There will be some rules and regulations in Python. Will you agree with my point? There will be some rules and regulation. All the rules and regulations that are there in Python will be taught in identifiers. If you want to name a variable, if you want to name a method, if you want to name a class, there will be rules and regulation. What are those things will be taught. After this, if time permits, after teaching keywords and identifiers, if time permits, I will teach you the features of Python completely. Will that be fine for everyone? Yes, please do respond. I want you to respond. Will that be fine? Okay, now you please tell me, already people are aware, or else I have just listed down. How many features of Python are available? How many features are there? Guys, I want you to understand. I want you to respond in the chat box. How many features are there? How many features are there? I think day one I have written. That's the reason I'm asking. I'm not asking out of the box question. Day one I have written. Very good. Don't you think there are totally 10 features? For all the 10 features, tomorrow I'll be giving the clarity. After this, if time permits, I'll be starting with the introduction to object orientation. Will that be fine? Introduction, that's it. Again, I'll be teaching in detail about object orientation. Now, I think today also I didn't get the time to give you the roadmap about Python full stack course because I was totally teaching the technical stuff, fine, which many of them will not do in the demo class. Simply they will do this is what we have done, that is what we have done, and some build up they'll give. Guys, I hope I'm utilizing your 1 hour properly by delivering the technical content. Yes or no? I hope I'm utilizing your time properly. When it comes to day 3, I hope these are the topics that I have discussed. Now, let's do one thing, guys. Let's do one thing. I'll play one video. Will you watch the video? That's it, guys. When it comes to technical, we'll halt the discussion here. Fine, no more technical discussion. I'll play a video for another 5 minutes. Meanwhile, I'll give you the attendance link. Please fill the attendance link and see that video. Is that clear for everyone? Okay, just a minute. I'll just give you the attendance link. I don't know why some of them left the session 5 minutes early. Okay, let me just provide the attendance link. Okay. Please do provide the attendance link. If you have any queries, take your time. And regarding the section, good, bad, or average, please do provide. If you felt the session 1 hour, whatever you have given is average, please give it as average. If you felt it is good, please give good. If you felt bad, 100% give bad. Always there's a scope for improvement for me. I'm not perfect. I have to improve myself in every field. Okay. Meanwhile, let me just check for that video. I don't know where exactly that video is available. Just give me 1 minute. I'm just checking with that video. You please provide the attendance link and only video. That's it. One shorter video is what I want to display for you. That means I just want to show it for you. I don't know where exactly that video is available. Guys, I think if I start playing that video, I think I didn't get in my laptop. Fine. Will that be fine tomorrow if I play that video? So everyone, please do respond. Will that be fine for everyone if I play the video tomorrow? Okay. Now you have given 3 hours for me from past 3 days. You have given literally 3 hours. Please tell me, is there anything that you have learned from me? Like in 3 days, is there anything that you have learned from my side? It might be a chota concept or it might be a bada concept. It doesn't matter. Okay, great. Now, is the online classes effective or not effective? I want this question to be asked. Is the online classes effective or not effective? Yes, please tell me. Whatever the online classes that you are attending, is that effective or not effective? Okay. Many of them are asking, sir, what I can tell. Why can't you start an offline class? My dear, I'm also working. Fine. I'm not what I can tell. Yeah. I'm also working. Fine. And teaching is my passion. As I told, teaching is my passion. And that's the reason I'm into this particular teaching industry for past 6 years. That's what I felt is it might be offline or it might be online. Content matters a lot. Yes or no? Content matters a lot. What content you have with you should speak, not the English, not your beauty, or not. It might be a boy or it might be a girl who is taking the class. It doesn't matter. And it doesn't matter that if a 20 years kid is taking the 20 year boy is taking the class, or if a 45 years person is taking the class now. Guys, you'll not believe why. I think before COVID in 2018, there was a person. I don't know how to name the person. Fine. He was working as a manager in Harman Company. Have you heard about Harman Company? Harman? Have you heard about Harman? Harman, Harman. He was the manager in that company who was having more than 15 years of experience. More than 15 years of experience, fine. He joined the course, not to learn Python. Today also, we are in touch. He's my student and he literally treat me as his guru. But 100%, if he is having 15 years of experience at that point of time, I was very angered to him, correct, right? But if he is giving some respect towards the knowledge or towards what I deliver in the class, fine. Don't you think a lot of effort is required? Plus, taking the class for the online class effective for 1 hour to 1.5 hours, is that an easy task? You tell me. Speaking continuously for 1 hour, is it an easy task? 100% no. A lot of effort is required. Instead of effort, I would say passion. A lot of love should come. Fine. Many people are asking, sir, can we exit from the session? Fine. Maybe if you don't feel like listening to whatever I'm saying, maybe you can exit from the session. No issues. Nothing technical. I was just speaking. Actually, I thought of speaking some 2 to 3 minutes non-technical. That's it. Can I expect tomorrow everyone to attend exactly on the same time, like 9:15? Guys, if the session starts at 9:15, please be on the session exactly at 9:10. Update your notes, sit in front of the laptop or mobile phone. Please make sure that you'll revise the content, whatever that I have discussed in the previous day. And today itself, before going to sleep, can I expect everyone to install Python in your laptop? Can I expect everyone? Guys, before completing the demo classes, along with the technical stuff, 3 main things that I have to speak that is pending from my side. 3 main things. First one, I have to speak. I think it will take around some 10 minutes, and I'm not getting the time in between. That's the reason I'm not finding the time. I have to speak difference between offline and online training. What is the online training and why the future is in online training? That's the first thing that I have to speak for 10 minutes. I think I didn't get time today. Maybe in tomorrow's class I might speak. Second very important thing that I have to speak, what you will be learning in this particular 4 to 5 months of duration. And it's a completely job oriented course. It's not a chota course that I'm doing now. If you request me, sir, I'll pay you 1 lakh. Fine, I'll pay you 1 lakh. Please teach me for Python in 1 month. 100% I'll cut your call. I'll not even continue the conversation. It's not going to happen. So guys, why means, you tell me, using the knowledge, whatever I'll be giving for 4 to 5 months, you will be in the industry for another 2 decades, another 10 to 15 years or 20 years you'll be there in the industry, correct, right? It's not like 1 year I'll work, I'll take self-retirement, I'll go back to home. Like that, nobody is there in the class, right? If you want your bread and butter to earn for a couple of years, at least you have to invest some solid amount of time for 4 to 5 months. 4 years you have invested. You know what kind of knowledge you got. I need not to tell. Why? Because I'm also an engineer. I'm not a 10th standard pass. No, I'm also an engineer. Fine. That's the reason I'm saying, yes, everybody will be having maturity. Fine. Few people will be having over maturity. That's very dangerous in life. Let's have maturity, don't have over maturity. Many people will be like, I'll not learn now. Let me learn. Maybe if you're 6th sem student, I'm saying, let me learn after 8th semester, or let me learn during your 8th semester. You will never. The time will not come. Similarly, if you think after 8th semester, let me sit in my home and let me learn. If you are jobless for 5 months, you have killed 2 lakhs income. Correct, right? Will you agree with my point? 2 lakhs rupees you have killed literally for yourself if you don't have job. Trust me. How 2 lakhs, you know? Assume that before engineering, or if you would have got a job at that point of time, don't you think you would have earned 30,000 per month soon after engineering? 30,000 into 5, 3 5s are how much? 1,50,000. Assume that 5 months you have to take care about yourself. Your expenses will be there for that 50,000. Some course you might be doing. That's the reason before you come out of the engineering, just have a proper offer letter. That's what I would wish for everyone. And if you're from non-technical domain and if you're working in a industry, you know how difficult is for non-technical job security. Already you have experience, right? As many people are there in this batch, fine, who are working in non-technical industry and who want to go get a job in the technical domain. You know, job security is not there in the non-technical domain. Come to technical domain by having a solid knowledge. Okay. Thank you so much. And I'm really sorry for taking extra 5 to 10 minutes of the last thing that I have to discuss. Fine, attend tomorrow's class. Let's start with the actual Python topics. Already, it doesn't mean that from the past 3 days I haven't started. Let me start. Guys, have you given your attendance, everyone? Have you done with your attendance? Okay. Thank you so much. Good night. Bye.